This video is all about understanding VTargeter. It's a high-level overview so you can become a YouTube traffic ninja in no time. I'm going to take you through the software, explain to you what it's all about so you can truly understand the amazing power of this software. So let's get into it. So here we are inside the VTargeter software. Now, VTargeter has two primary functions. One is keyword research. VTargeter helps you find the absolute best keywords to target on YouTube. The second part of VTargeter is actually the analysis function. This is where we analyze all the top videos on YouTube, drill down into all the related metrics that help to rank videos, and really go wide and deep and give you a really thorough, in-depth understanding of what the best keywords are to select on YouTube, the best easy rank keywords. They're going to bring you the most traffic with the least amount of competition. So I want to go through all this over the next few minutes. So in the research tab, you simply type in a seed keyword like Photoshop tutorials, and you simply press the search button here. Now what we're doing is we're going and using the YouTube autocomplete keywords. So basically, if you went to YouTube right now and typed in, for example, Photoshop tutorials space A, Photoshop tutorials space B, a bunch of suggested keywords would appear within YouTube. We grab all those keywords and we dump them in here, but we do much more than that. You can see here we actually rank the keywords, and what this basically means is that number one means that it's a top level keyword. It's one of the first keywords that appears within the actual autocomplete suggestion box. So keywords with a number one have higher importance, a higher level of traffic, a higher level of popularity. So those are the ones that you most likely want to go and target in terms of YouTube. You can go ahead and click on a Google Trends graph here, and it'll give you an indication in terms of what's the history of this key phrase. In this example, you see it kind of dips down, goes back up, and it's been kind of flatlined here for the past little while. It just gives you some insights in terms of if you want to potentially choose this key phrase or not. Moving along here, this is where things get exciting. This is the video keyword column, and this basically shows you how many YouTube videos are currently on the page one of Google. If you see here, we have two videos on page one of Google. Makes our job a lot easier because YouTube videos are already on Google's front page, and a better chance for you to actually get your video ranked on Google and on YouTube, which is a double whammy. You're going to get a lot more traffic by focusing on these video keywords. So that's a great column to have. And simply here is the Google search results, just to give you an idea on what the potential competition is like, how many search results are appearing within a Google search. You can take this data, you can copy it over, you can download it. What I suggest you do is take this, put it into the Google keyword tool, and do some more analysis based upon keywords that have low or medium competition and keywords that get roughly around, on the low end, 400 to upwards of 20,000, 30,000 average monthly searches. That's kind of the range I tend to focus on. And also key phrases that actually do have people spending money and bidding on those key phrases. Those are the tips that I tend to use in terms of using the software, and also the Google Keyword Planner. And that's basically the research function right there. You can sort these columns obviously as best you want. The analysis is where we really get our hands wet in terms of really diving into a lot of the back end data on YouTube. This is really where VTargeter shines. If I click on the text box here, I have some keywords I'm going to just paste in here that I have kind of taken from the Google keyword tool. These are all fairly low competition keywords. Click on the add keywords button here, and you just simply click on the search button here, and it's going to go do its magic. I'm going to pause this video. It does take about a minute or so to do, and I'll be back here with the results in just a few seconds here. Okay, so as you can see here, VTargeter is now complete. And depending on how many keywords you have here, I have 64 keywords here. It took about a minute and a half or so. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. We're pulling data from YouTube and from Google, and we're crunching numbers, and we're calculating a VT score. So there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes here. It's quite an intense process, actually. And in the end, you have here something called a VT rating. I'm going to go and sort on this here. And basically how it works is that a low VT rating, for example, 1, means this keyword is an easy keyword to get traffic for and high rankings for within YouTube. And of course, as we move closer to 20, 20 is difficult. Run for the hills. Do not even attempt it because it's very, very difficult to rank on YouTube and get traffic for keywords that have a VT rating of 20. So as you can see here, there's a few key phrases that are actually highlighted, which just means that these are, I'll explain in a second, they meet the criteria of actually being a really good key phrase to target. So I'm going to take you through these columns here and explain what they mean real quick over the next few minutes here. So this is the simple keyword, obviously. This here is showing you an exact match search results. So for example, in taking the key phrase and putting it in quotation marks, it shows you how many actual videos appear here. You'll find that this number is way less than what you find on Google because the competition is much less on YouTube, and that's why I love it so much. This here shows you the exact match all entitled results. Now, this is an old trick that SEOs use on Google. If you type in all entitled colon and then your key phrase and quotation marks, it'll tell you all the web pages that actually contain that specific key phrase within the title of the web page. It gives you an idea of your true competition. Well, the exact same thing happens here with YouTube. We use the all entitled search on YouTube, and it tells you exactly what your true competition is. So you see here, only 22 videos actually have the key phrase Photoshop 3D tutorial in that order. It's telling me that there's not a lot of videos that really are truly optimized for that particular key phrase. In terms of numbers, if you've got a number here showing 30 or less, very easy and good chance to get your videos ranked at the top of YouTube and also get some decent traffic. There's not a lot of competition. You can see here, there's not a lot going on here in terms of real competition, which is awesome. This is simply the Google search results here, just to give you an idea again in terms of how many results are coming up in Google. You can kind of get an idea. And obviously, if you see a lower number here like this, it's good news for you, especially if you're trying to also rank on Google as well, which we'll talk about in a second. And bear in mind, all the data you see here, a lot of the data is based upon the top 5 results on YouTube. So here, this is the lowest number of views that appears in the top 5 results. This is the highest number of views that appears in the top 5 results. Just gives you an idea on what kind of competition you're dealing with once again. Now, I'm not really worried about views because views were the key to #1 rankings in many cases going back a year or so ago, but YouTube has really cracked down on fake views, and you'll often find that there's videos with a couple hundred views that outrank videos with 20, 30, 50 times more views than that. And I can attest to that because many of my videos have a few hundred views, and the videos below me have like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 plus views. So it's a good thing that actually the tables have turned. This is the age of the video, and if I see here that the most recent video in the top 5 is a year old or 6 months old or 2 years old, that's a great sign because YouTube often likes fresh content. And if you've got nothing but stale old videos kind of just sitting there in the top 5 and you have something that's new and fresh and targeted and relevant, you can often grab one of the top 5 spots by just simply having a fresher piece of content that's better optimized and targeted to that particular key phrase. In this example, Photoshop 3D tutorial. This here is the, again, video keyword again we talked about earlier. And I can see there's already 2 YouTube videos that are ranked on page 1 of Google. Makes my job a lot easier that there's already YouTube videos on page 1 of Google. And I've got a chance to actually rank my YouTube video on page 1 of Google and also at the top of YouTube, which gives you a lot more traffic for that key phrase. And finally, last but not least, is the actual keyword and title. Now, if I see within the top 5 videos ranked on YouTube for Photoshop 3D tutorial that only 1 out of those top 5 videos actually has Photoshop 3D tutorial in the actual title of the video, that shows me that, again, there's an opportunity here to get in here. There's 4 more slots available that I could potentially have a well-optimized video title and other factors to actually go in and take over, hopefully, the top spot or one of the top few spots on YouTube. So I tend to look at this column, and I'll sort this column sometimes and just look at all these with a 0. These are great opportunities to actually look at getting an optimized video together with an optimized title and other on-page factors, and to come in here and rank that video. Sometimes I'll sort on the actual the keyword column. For example, YouTube Photoshop tutorials, 9 YouTube videos on page 1 of Google. That's very exciting. And look at here. Of the top 5 videos on YouTube, none of them have YouTube Photoshop tutorials in the title. So you could literally get in there and boom, rank that video on YouTube highly, and also chip away at the top 9 and potentially get your video highly ranked on Google as well. So very exciting stuff here. Sometimes I'll also sort on the on title tag here, because once again, it basically tells you what's my true competition. And I can see here, if I've got 4 or 5 videos I'm competing against, this is a piece of cake. This is a walk in the park. As we get higher here, again, not a ton of competition here. And in many cases, you'll see that, something like even like a 29, a 31 may not scare you off because of a lot of factors here. Like it's a 1-year-old video, 0 out of 5 of the top 5 have pop art Photoshop in the title. So I can hope you can begin to see how the numbers work and how I kind of analyze the numbers, and really how the software does a tremendous amount of heavy lifting for you to pull in this data so you can easily make sense of it. But once again, just sorting by the VT rating, you can use that as a metric as well. Now, to get some more data, you can either just click on the row as I did, or click on the little magnifying glass here. And what happens now is that VTargeter is going to go into that actual key phrase and query it on YouTube and just give you some of the underlying data that's available. And once again, we can go to the next level and just to drill down a bit more and see exactly what's happening with this key phrase Photoshop 3D tutorial on YouTube as a second check. So for example, I can go in here and pull up the thumbnails. This obviously is a horrible thumbnail. I mean, there's a picture of a coffee table and some roses. Clearly, we can do a way better job at creating a thumbnail. It's going to be engaging. It's going to draw someone's eyes to our thumbnail, have them hopefully click on it, and boost that engagement. So that's an exciting thing. Also looking at here, not a lot happening in terms of social signals. We know that Google and YouTube now are increasingly looking at social signals as a ranking factor. G+, not much happening here. A little bit of Facebook activity, not much on Twitter. So again, very easy for us to get in there and boost our social factors to just show that our video is a little bit more buzzworthy and there's more conversations happening and taking place outside of YouTube. In terms of views here, once again, as I said, I don't really get worried about views too much. I mean, 66,000 views is, it's quite a lot of views, but looking down here, I mean, 7,000 views, not a big deal. As I said, it's not really a huge ranking factor like it used to be, even earlier this year when YouTube made some big changes. Looking at comments, again, an indication of engagement and if people are talking about it and so forth, and also YouTube likes. And again, nothing here that's off the charts crazy, so I'm not too worried about it. And looking at the video age, the most recent video in the top 5 is a year old. So we've got a lot of old, musty content kinking around here. We can get something new and fresh and optimized and boom, and just crush it here with this key phrase. Keyword and title. Again, there's no keywords in the top 3 titles here. The only keyword that appears is on the 4th video. You can see here, Photoshop 3D tutorial in the title, and number 5 video, again, there's no keyword in the title at all. Description, same thing. Description is also an important factor for ranking. No optimization. So overall, I mean, I would be pretty excited about targeting this key phrase if Photoshop tutorials is my thing on YouTube. So I hope you can kind of understand how this tool is really powerful to help you get that bird's eye view with a lot of key phrases, and then to drill down into specifics and see exactly, where's the sweet spot, where's the low-hanging fruit, where are the easy rank opportunities, where can I swoop in and dominate keywords that very few people are even looking at or paying attention to or don't even know exist or whatever, because clearly all that data is available here within VTargeter. Now, this process that I'm showing you here, I used to do this manually within an Excel and just checking back and forth and manually doing queries in YouTube. Huge pain in the butt and took a lot of time. So this software really just automates that process and saves you just hours and hours and hours of time, and just ultimately gives you clear direction on where you should focus on YouTube for high rankings, for easier rankings, and to get a lot of that free traffic by looking for the low-hanging fruit and easy rank opportunities. So I hope you're excited about the software. It really is a tremendous piece of technology and does an awesome job at just helping you find those sweet spots on YouTube. And I hope you're excited about getting back into YouTube and maybe jumping back in or doing some tests with some current niches you have and seeing how the software works. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you real soon.